It's acrylic, plexiglass, and it is 7 inches thick. When we go to the Titanic, it will squeeze in about 3/4 of an inch. It just deforms. And acrylic's great because it squeezes in, and before it cracks or fails, it starts to crackle. And so you get a huge warning if it's going to fail.
What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and we all know that the CEO of Ocean Gate, Stockton Rush, we all know that he was warned over and over again not to take the Titan sub down to the Titanic because the sub was not safe. We've gone over leaked emails. We have read through leaked text messages. We've seen letters that were written to Ocean Gate and personally delivered to Stockton Rush from experts in the industry warning him not to take people out there on that craft because it was dangerous. It had not gone through the proper testing. He did not follow the proper safety protocols. He did not use the right materials when building the sub. We've gone over all of that information. And there's still a lot more to go through. There's still more warnings that you don't even know about yet. There's more emails and text and documents that we're going to have to get to in the future. But now someone has come forward, someone close to Stockton Rush, someone who rode on that very sub, and he has revealed probably the most damning information yet. You see, up until now, we knew that Stockton Rush was warned. We knew that he knew the dangers, but we all thought that he was confident in his sub. We knew that he was warned, but now it looks as if not only was he warned, he knew that something was going wrong with that sub, with the Titan. It looks to me and sounds to me as if Stockton Rush knew that something was going wrong with his sub. And instead of saying something, he continued to take dives, putting everyone at risk, knowing that there was something wrong. I want you all to watch this clip really quick. It's the most damning piece of information as of yet. And I know we're going to get more. But this changes everything, if you ask me. I want you all to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. We're going to watch this clip, and then I'm going to be back with more thoughts.
Rare opportunity, and I was actually on the second deep dive that Titan did in the Bahamas. The first dive, Stockton did himself, and he heard the carbon fiber making cracking sounds, and he told us all before dive number 2 to be prepared for that. And while we were down there, he actually let me drive, and I feel a little bit, he wanted me to be in control of my own destiny, not that he knew there was risk involved at that stage. And at one point, I was actually even able to drive the submarine towards deeper water by the sound of the cracking getting louder. And somewhere I have video of it, actually. But carbon fiber is an amazing material, and it was 5 inches thick. So, and he had done model testing, and I had faith in, imagine like a piece of wood breaking. If you do it very slowly and controllably, you're going to hear a lot of cracking before the beam just completely breaks. I thought it was that kind of situation, and he did too. That's why he felt that his real-time monitoring was the answer to knowing when the hull would be approaching failure and not just having a couple pieces of carbon fiber in there breaking. But I believe what happened, and a lot of other experts, I'm hearing this across the board, over time, the water got where the flange was, because where the titanium meets the carbon fiber, those materials are moving at different in different ways under those enormous pressures. 125 million pounds of pressure on that vessel at that depth.
The creaking on the sub, creaking even louder as you go deeper. You know when you're going deeper in the sub because the noises get louder. That's not supposed to happen. Stockton Rush knew that that was not supposed to happen. And like that guy said, he felt as if Stockton gave him the controls to pilot the sub for a little while by himself, just to somewhat take the blame off of himself if something were to happen. With every dive that they took in that sub, Stockton was sitting there listening to those sounds, knowing in the back of his mind that inevitably this sub was probably going to fail. I don't know the dude. I don't know how much he knows. But if you're out here making subs and taking people to the Titanic, I would like to believe that he knows more than me. And me not knowing anything, even I know that this doesn't sound right. Stockton knew that this wasn't right. You remember that clip that I played at the beginning of the video? Where Stockton out of his own mouth said that there would be creaks that would let you know that a failure may happen? Yeah, he knew what those sounds were. Those were the sounds of his sub failing. Slowly, but surely. Slowly over time. And the fact that he would warn people before they get on about these sounds. Knowing, halfway probably knowing in the back of his mind, one day this thing is going to implode probably. But being so hard-headed, in reality, it may seem crazy, but I think the warnings that Stockton Rush got made him even more determined to continue diving in this sub while ignoring all of the warnings. I think the warnings inspired him to keep going. He didn't want to stop because in his mind he had something to prove. And if it meant diving to the Titanic while listening to your sub creak and crack, just waiting for the moment that it's all over, that's something that he was willing to do. Not only was he willing to travel down in this creaking sub, knowing that it would probably fail eventually, he was willing to bait other people in to go with him. We've seen the text messages. Him trying to convince people that things were safe, that traveling in the Titan sub was just as safe as crossing the street. That's what he told people. But he knew the sounds of that sub as it dived deeper and deeper in the ocean, and that pressure would just push on it, trip after trip. He knew, which is why he would warn people about the sounds. Sounds that he already acknowledged in an interview meant that the sub was probably going to fail. He even let people that didn't know anything. Here's the Xbox remote. You control the sub, so when something goes wrong, it's not just on me. That's that guilty conscience. Let me know what you think about this, though, because in my opinion, this is the most damning piece of information we've gotten yet, because in my opinion, this shows that not only was he aware of the warnings, but he even knew that his sub was... At first, I was thinking that this guy was ignoring the warnings and he was fully confident that his sub was going to work. Now, hearing this information, I think that the dude was maybe in denial or something, but he knew that things weren't going right. And he continued to take that sub down there. I got some more information about all of this that I will talk about in the next video. So hit that notification bell so you can get notified of all of my uploads. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are on the road to 100K. It is right around the corner. Hit that thumbs up button. Drop all of those juicy, spicy opinions down below. And I will talk to you all soon in the next video.